Hello everyone, this tarot reading is focusing on the topic of fear, specifically a fear that may be quietly influencing your choices, your confidence or your sense of safety. This reading is really here to help you actually understand what the fear really is, where it comes from, and how you can actually begin to face it in a way that feels empowering rather than overwhelming, okay? And this also isn't about forcing yourself to be fearless, it's about becoming aware, gentle with yourself, and willing to work with your fear rather than against it. And by the end of this reading, hopefully, my intention or the intention is that you feel clearer, steadier and more supported in taking steps forward, even if those steps are small steps, okay? And if this is something that you do kind of like listen to, the guidance, and you follow, this is focusing on in 3 months, really positive results you're gonna see really positive results, okay, Madeline, from taking these steps or understanding your fear. So, I've pulled an animal oracle card alongside the tarot, and honestly, for this topic, it's such a beautiful and reassuring card to receive. So, the animal card that you've got is Bee Spirit. Sweet results await. Bee Spirit comes in as a reminder that your efforts are not wasted, even if it feels that way sometimes. Sweet results truly do wait for you. But this card gently asks you to look at how you've been approaching life. There's a sense here that the part of your fear is rooted in not fully trusting that things can work out in your favour unless you exhaust yourself, struggle, or constantly prove your worth. And Bee Spirit suggests also that you may be holding on to the belief that you're not worthy, capable, or allowed to receive abundance unless you work incredibly hard for it. There can be a lack of trust as well. That support is really there for you. And it can even show a tendency to punish yourself through overworking, being overly disciplined, or denying yourself joy, believing that suffering is the price of success. But Bee Spirit gently reminds you that creation doesn't have to be joyless. Yes, the bee is productive, but it also moves with purpose, harmony, and community. There is this sweetness that's meant to be part of your journey, my darling. You are allowed to enjoy your life. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to take a break from constant striving. What's meant for you, my lovely, will not... it won't disappear if you pause for a time, okay? In fact, joy, play and rest are actually part of what attracts that very results you're hoping for, okay? So with the tarot, what is the fear? And with that, you've got the Five of Cups clarified with the Hierophant and the Hermit. The fear you're being asked to acknowledge is actually rooted in loss, disappointment and regret. But not just emotional loss. This is a fear of having gone the wrong way in life, or missing something important, or not living up to the expectations, whether your own or those were placed on you by others. And the Hierophant actually suggests this fear is tied to beliefs, rules, traditions, or a sense of how things were supposed to be. You may have internalized ideas about success, commitment, loyalty, or purpose, and when life didn't unfold according to that structure, it created some form of grief, okay? The Hermit shows that this fear has been carried quietly and privately. You likely have spent a long time reflecting on it alone, questioning yourself, replaying the past, and wondering what could have actually been done differently. So at its core, this fear is about really feeling quite disconnected from your path, your purpose, or sense of belonging. So where does it come from? You've got the Two of Pentacles and the Devil. So the Two of Pentacles clarified with the Devil really points to an instability and pressure at the root of this fear. This suggests a long-standing pattern of juggling too much, trying to keep everything balanced, and adapting constantly just to cope. And over time, this has turned into like survival mode. And the Devil reveals that this imbalance became kind of a trap. Fear of losing control, fear of making the wrong choices, fear of being stuck, or fear of repeating unhealthy patterns. This can involve work, money, responsibility, emotional dependency. So the fear didn't start as fear, it actually started as pressure. And that pressure slowly turned into anxiety, attachment, or self-doubt. So you may have learned to stay busy or actually adaptable to avoid confronting deeper emotions as well, my darling. So how is this fear affecting you? You got the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands reversed. So this shows that the fear is actually impacting your sense of confidence, worth and energetic balance. You may be giving too much or over-accommodating others, or seeking external validation to actually feel secure. And at the same time, you may feel drained, overlooked, or unappreciated. With the Queen of Wands reversed, the fear dims your natural confidence and fire, okay? It can make you second guess yourself, hold back your voice, or feel unsure of your power. Instead of acting boldly, you may hesitate, compare yourself to others, or feel like you have to earn your place. So this fear, it creates an imbalance between what you can give and what you can receive, or what you receive, sorry, emotionally, energetically, or practically. So how do you face and move through it? Okay, you've got the Emperor with the Judgment reversed facing the Emperor, which is kind of powerful. The way forward is actually about reclaiming authority over your own life, but doing so without self-punishment or constant self-review. Judgment reverse shows a pattern of harsh self-judgment, replaying the past, or feeling like you're behind or need to make up for something. The Emperor asked you to stop living in review mode and start living in decision mode. This is about grounding, structure, boundaries, and self-leadership. So over the next 1 to 3 months, the most supportive step is to establish stability through clear choices. Decide what you're responsible for and what you are no longer carrying. Create structure that supports you, not controls you, and lead yourself with firmness and compassion, not criticism. You do not need to wait as well for permission, forgiveness, or perfect moment. You move forward by choosing yourself consistently, okay? So, I feel this fear, it really comes from past loss, pressure, and a long-term imbalance, my darling. And it's been quietly shaping how you show up to the world. You overcome it by not revisiting the past, but by actually grounding yourself in the present and stepping into a calm, steady self-authority, okay? And when you stop questioning your right to lead your own life and start trusting your decisions, the fear loses its hold, okay? So I hope in some way this reading's helped. Have a good day. Bye-bye.